Tonight, kahl-deh-REH-tah, a dish that arrived on a ship and never sailed home. From Batangas, the cattle country of southern Luzon, where a Spanish cauldron was set over a Filipino fire, and what came out of it 400 years later belongs to neither. Most kitchens reach for cheese now, a handful stirred in at the end to thicken what patience should have thickened. The older Batangas method never needed it. The velvet in this sauce comes from time, from beef fat surrendering slowly, from liver dissolved so completely that no one at the table will ever name it. This is a stew that cannot be hurried. It was never meant to be. 4 servings, 20 minutes of preparation, 115 minutes over the fire, 2 hours and 15 minutes all told. 2 pounds of beef chuck, 3 ounces of liver spread, 8 fluid ounces of tomato sauce, 1 red bell pepper, 2 potatoes, 2 carrots, 6 cloves of garlic, 1 onion, 10 green olives, 2 bay leaves, a half teaspoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. 12 things, nothing more. Cut the beef chuck into cubes, bite-sized. Uneven is fine. The pot will forgive you. Set a heavy-bottomed pot over medium-high heat. 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and then the beef in a single layer, with room between each piece. Do not move it. Let it darken. Listen for the moment the sound turns from a hiss to a low, steady crackle. Brown on every side. Then lift the beef out and set it aside. What is left in the pot is not oil anymore. It is fond and rendered beef fat, and the whole foundation of the dish. 1 onion chopped, 6 cloves of garlic minced, into the fat, low and slow, until the onion turns translucent, and the garlic is fragrant, but never brown. Brown garlic turns bitter. Watch it. Stir it. Wait. Return the beef to the pot, all of it, and every drop of juice it released while it rested. 8 fluid ounces of tomato sauce, 2 bay leaves, and water, poured slowly until it just submerges the meat. Not more. The braise will concentrate as it goes, and a stew drowned at the start never recovers its depth. Cover the pot. Lower the flame until the surface barely moves. 1 bubble, then another, then nothing for a long moment. 90 minutes. There is no shortcut here, and there was never meant to be one. The connective tissue in beef chuck does not soften because you want it to. It softens because you waited. 90 minutes. The kitchen goes warm, the windows fog, and somewhere in the middle of it, the meat gives up its resistance. Peel and chop 2 potatoes and 2 carrots into the simmering pot. And now the liver spread, 3 ounces. Stir it in slowly until it disappears entirely. The broth, which was thin and red a moment ago, turns glossy, dark, velvety. This is the emulsion. This is the whole secret. No cheese, no cornstarch, only liver and fat and thyme. 10 green olives, 1 red bell pepper chopped. Uncover the pot. 15 minutes more, and no lid. The sauce reduces. It stops being liquid around the meat and starts clinging to it. When the spoon leaves a trail across the bottom of the pot that holds for 1 breath, it is finished. The name is not Filipino. It is Spanish. Kahl-deh-REH-tah, from caldera, cauldron, and caldera from the Latin caldaria, the hot bath, the cooking vessel, the pot that sits in the fire. The same root grew into cauldron in English, into chowder by way of the French, a word that traveled with cooking pots because the pot went everywhere the people went. Look at what is in the pot. Olives, bell peppers, tomato, olive oil. Not one of them grew in the archipelago before the 16th century. They came with the galleons across the Pacific. In the 333 years of Spanish rule. And in the beginning, this stew was not beef at all. It was goat, kahl-deh-REH-tah kambing, goat kahl-deh-REH-tah, the dish of the mountain provinces, where goats climbed what cattle could not. Now the Tongas changed that. Cattle country, rolling grass, a province that has raised beef for as long as anyone has kept the count. And Kaldereta became fiesta food. Fiesta food. It is not a Tuesday dish. It is a baptism, a wedding, a town's patron saint, a pot big enough that the neighbors are simply assumed. The grandmothers there will tell you the stew tastes better the second day. They are not being modest, they are being accurate. So why liver? Because a family that has slaughtered an animal does not throw away its liver. Because the organ that is hardest to love is also the one that binds fat to acid, that turns a broken, oily broth into something that coats a spoon. Thrift became technique, technique became flavor, and the flavor outlived the poverty that invented it. That is most of the history of cooking, told in one pot. Spoon it over rice, white, plain, still steaming. Let the sauce find the grains. The olives will have gone soft. The potatoes will have taken on the color of the pot. And the beef, after 2 hours and 15 minutes, will fall apart against the side of a spoon. Kaldereta survived 400 years of empire and reinvention and easier recipes, because it was never trying to impress anyone. It was only trying to be worth the wait for the people who waited. And the table, at last, is set.